Hi everyone, it's Nicole and welcome back to my channel. And this is kind of a different video, but I just wanted to maybe chat with you and talk about some of the things that I want to maybe incorporate in 2025. And so for 2024, I started in, I think it was May, and I took you along for the whole month from May to December cleaning up my craft room. And the first 10 sessions was actually cleaning what we could see. And then since then, so probably the middle of July till now, we've been organizing my scrap room. So we've been going through every single drawer and spaces and actually organizing everything. And I can tell you, I enjoy being in my craft room a whole lot more than I do now. So what I thought that I would take you along is I wanted to do the same thing to the rest of my house. So just before Christmas, I thought, you know what, it's time for me to wash my cupboards. And here we are, almost January, and I can tell you, these cupboards need to be washed again. So this was like on December 6th. So it's probably something that, we should do a whole lot more often than we do. So I want to start a little series where, I want to do some cleaning with you in my house. I want to clean what we can see first and take the dust off and that kind of stuff, And then my closet. I don't even want to talk about my closet. And then go into the drawers and clean that up too. But I also want to take you along and do some recipes with you. I had planned on sharing with you a whole lot more recipes this holiday season, and then like everything else, time got away from me, and then I was down to the crunch time, and I just did a whole bunch of recipes like the 23rd, the 24th, and the 25th. So I didn't film those, but I thought I'd still share with you what I did film. So the first recipe we're doing is chocolate confetti, and it's probably one of the easiest thing you'll ever do. It's so easy and tastes so good. So it has 4 ingredients: a 1/4 cup of butter. I like butter compared to margarine. Peanut butter, 1/2 cup of peanut butter, a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips, and 8 ounces or 250 grams of mini marshmallows. And I weighed mine because I had a bigger bag than 8 ounces. So I thought it'll be just easier just to weigh them. You basically melt the butter and the peanut butter. Once that's melted, then you add your chocolate chips. And then all you have to do is let it sit. And whenever you can put your hand on the bottom of the pot, you can add your marshmallows. Because if you add them too early, they will melt. So once that is done, then you can mix in the marshmallows and then just throw it in your 8x8 pan or 9x9 pan. So while that was cooling off, I thought, you know what, I'll start my peanut butter cookies. And that is 1 cup of butter softened, 1 cup of brown sugar packed, 1 cup of white sugar or granulated sugar, 2 eggs, 1 cup of smooth peanut butter, 3 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And you'll see that I do all this, and then all of a sudden I'm like, this doesn't look peanut buttery. And then I went, oh, I forgot to add the peanut butter. And you should add the peanut butter, like you mix both sugars and the butter, then you eat, then you add your eggs, beat them. It says 1 at a time. I just put both. And then you put in the peanut butter. So at this point, I should put in the peanut butter. As soon as I mix in my egg, I don't do that. I start adding the flour. But even with that mistake, I noticed it. I added it after the flour, and the peanut butter cookies are still wonderful. They still taste awesome. And I don't bake them all right now. This is what I do. I get them all ready. And then I turn them into balls, and then I freeze them on a platter, and then I flash freeze them, I guess is what you call it. And then I put them into some Ziploc bags. This is where I went, oh my gosh, I forgot the peanut butter. So I'm going to add the peanut butter, and they still turned out fine. I could tell because the mixture was like super dry, and this cookie recipe, it is not dry. Like, it's awesome. I love this peanut butter cookie. I've tried many other ones and I just don't like them as much. I just really like this recipe, but as you can tell, it makes quite a bit. And now it's just me and my husband, so that's a lot of cookies to be eaten all at once. So by just making them into balls, freezing them, whenever we feel like we want, something sweet after supper, we just thaw out like 6. We take 6 out, we put it on a cookie sheet, we wait half an hour, you mash them down with a fork, and then you cook them or bake them for 8 to 10 minutes, and you have fresh cookies. And I just love that. Now, I know the consistency that I like this dough to be. So as you can see there, I did add a little bit more flour, and it probably had something to do with the fact that I added the peanut butter kind of late, but it worked out just fine. And at this point, I could put my hand under the pot, and I could leave my hand there, so it wasn't burning. So at this point, you just mix the marshmallow in, dump it into your pan or your container. I have an 8x8 one, and stick it in the fridge, and that dessert is done. And it's so easy, and it's so good. I mean, it's very sugary, chocolatey, but it's good. I usually make it, once a year, and we have it around Christmas time, and it freezes really nicely. So once we cut it into squares, then I go and I just, freeze them. And same thing, if we just want a couple of them, we just take 2 out, and then we have a nice little dessert. At this point, it was pretty early in the month of December, and I had made myself a list, and I was going to kind of make things off the list and check them off. But then, you always end up with snags. Like, I didn't have everything to make all the desserts, so then I had to wait for us to go pick it up at the grocery store and things like that. So, all of a sudden, it's December 23rd, and it's like, oof. So on the 23rd, I ended up making a lot of recipes, and I wish I would have had the time to film everything. But what I decided was, throughout the year, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you some recipes. I want to make way more freezer meals and put them in the freezer, because even though it's just the two of us, we're still pretty busy. Like, we still follow Mason's hockey pretty closely. Like, my husband doesn't miss any practice in any games. I don't miss any games. I don't go to all the practices anymore because now I babysit my 20-month-old granddaughter. So, I had to give up some stuff, and I don't want to take her in cold drinks like twice a week. So I just kind of stay home and just go on weekends and see him. If there's a game during the week, I go see him. And, just a little bit of compromise, but it's still a lot of fun. So this is what I do. I put a parchment paper on a cookie sheet, and I put them all on one cookie sheet, stick them in the freezer for a few hours, and then I put them in little baggies. So that way, if you put them all in a baggie when they're thawed out, what's going to happen is they're going to all freeze together as a big clump. But if you pre-freeze them, then you can separate the cookies. Now, this is the next day. Actually, those 3 things were actually 3 different days, because what I'm doing is I am doing a little bit of things every day while my granddaughter's sleeping. The last recipe we're going to make together are these peanut butter chip squares. And this is 1¼ cup of graham cracker crumbs. And I was just nice to myself this year, and I just got some that were pre-crumbed. ½ cup of melted butter, ½ cup of brown sugar packed, and 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour. So you mix all that and you press it into an ungreased pan. It says 9x9, but again, I have an 8x8, so I just use what I have. And then you bake it in a 350 oven for 10 minutes. Now I have to say, I think I did mine probably about 13 minutes. I found it was still it wasn't together enough, And then while that is in the oven, I stir some condensed milk. So a can of condensed milk, a 10-ounce can, and 2 cups of medium coconut. And for me, it's just a small bag. So I open up a small bag and I just dump it in. So here it goes. And then because it's like 13 minutes, all this stuff kind of melds together. You know what I mean? Like just comes together. And I just measured it, and it's exactly 2 cups in one of those, or pretty close. Now, once you take it out of the oven, you spread this over the first layer. You return it to the oven and you bake it for 10 minutes or until it shows signs of browning lightly, and that's on the edges. And I have to say, again, it was about 13 minutes for me. The third layer, which I decided to get ready right away because my granddaughter was still sleeping at this point, was 2 cups of chocolate chips and 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Now, I made this recipe twice this year, and I have to say, because I did use a 9x9 or an 8x8 instead of a 9x9, I found that the chocolate was too thick. So the second time I made it, I only put 1½ cups of chocolate, and I put about 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. That it's just so that you can mix it up and melt those together. I don't melt these right away because you want it to be just melted, right? Because if you melt it right now and then you have to wait 20 minutes, it's just going to harden. So at this point, it's ready. I'm going to add the condensed milk. I think at that point, my granddaughter had woken up, and here she comes right there. You can see the little head. She's walking around. She wanted my attention, and I was like, oh, just 1 minute. I'm almost done. I'm going to put this in the oven, and then we will take care of your needs. And then once that was done, I take it out. And then at this point, I melt my chocolate. I really didn't want it to just kind of, get hardened again. It doesn't take long. I just put it over, low heat to medium heat. Melt it. You don't want to over melt chocolate because it'll just seize up and then it's just disgusting. You have to throw it out. So just take your time. You could do it in microwave, I guess, if you wanted to. I just like to do it on the stove. I just take my time, and once it's melted, I just pour it over the first 2 layers. One little tip, and I put it in my recipe book. Make it early in the morning and let it cool at room temperature so it's easier to cut into square. Because if you stick it in the fridge, the chocolate gets as hard as a rock and you cannot cut it apart. So if you let it cool at room temperature, then it's easier to cut. And all these recipes came out of Companies Coming, Jean Paret, Squares, and the Cookie Book. Those recipe books are probably about 30 years old. And that's it. That's going to be it for today. So if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. If you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.